Good morning, students. I hope you all are fine. Now, we are starting with our chemistry of a first lecture, and this is a question we have discussed last time also. First part we have done, we are left with the second part. In the second part, what we have to do? We have to identify the substance that oxidizes and the substance that are reduced in the following reactions. We have done the first part. Now I am discussing the second part with you. That copper oxide plus hydrogen H2 gives Cu plus H2O. So in this reaction, the answer is bache, as what is the reduction? Reduction is what? The addition of hydrogen or the removal of oxygen. So, and what is oxidation? Addition of oxygen and removal of hydrogen. So in this case, beta, you can see first of all copper oxide CuO. In this case, this copper oxide changes to Cu, means to what? There is a removal of oxygen taking place. Removal of oxygen taking place. So it is a reduction. And in the second case, the hydrogen converts into H2O. Here addition of oxygen taking place, and addition of oxygen is what? Oxidation. And now we are starting with the last topic of this chapter, that is effects of oxidation in daily life. Effects of oxidation in daily life. Beta, there are two common effects of oxidation that are observed in daily life. The two common effects which are taking place in our daily life of oxidation are, first one is the corrosion and second one is the rancidity. First one is the corrosion and second one is the rancidity. Beta, corrosion of metals takes place and rancidity of food take place. The point to be noted here, beta, corrosion of metals takes place and rancidity of food takes place. Now we will discuss this corrosion and rancidity one by one. So first one is what? What is a corrosion? What is a corrosion? So from here it is clear that when a metal is exposed to substance such as moisture, air, water, acid, etc., for some time, a layer of oxide is formed which weakens the metal. This process is known as corrosion. So what is corrosion, beta? When a metal, if we are having any metal and it is exposed to moisture, air, water, acid for some time, and then what will happen? Its oxidation takes place and a layer of oxide is formed. Why oxidation takes place? Because the metal is exposed to such conditions, air, and you know in air what is happens? Oxygen is there. So if oxygen is present in air, then it reacts with or combines with oxygen and there is a formation of oxide. So a layer of oxide is formed which weakens the metal and due to which the metal get weaks. Its strength decreases. This process is known as corrosion. This process is known as corrosion. So what is corrosion? When a metal is exposed to substance such as moisture, air, water, acid for some time, then what happens? A layer of oxide is formed which weakens the metal. This process is known as corrosion. So very easy. Now we are going to discuss its example. First is corrosion of iron. As we know that corrosion of iron takes place and reddish brown color is formed. Beta, this corrosion of iron is called rusting. This corrosion of iron is called rusting. Only in case of iron, the corrosion is known as rusting. Only in case of iron, the corrosion is known as rusting. Second is what? Black coating on silver. Black coating on silver. The color of silver changes and a black coating is formed over it. Third one is what? Green coat on copper. You have seen that in most of the cases, the copper utensils at your home get a coating on it and it is of green in color. We will discuss about all these examples one by one. First is what? The corrosion of iron. Only in case of iron metal, the corrosion is called rusting. This point I have already discussed with you. Second is what? During rusting, reddish brown layer is formed on the iron articles. Is formed on the iron article. So which color is formed? Reddish brown color is formed. then the rusting of iron takes place only in the presence of both air and moisture. So these are the two conditions which are necessary for the oxidation of iron to take place, or the rusting of iron takes place, or the corrosion takes place. So these are the two conditions. What are the two conditions? Air, because if air will be there, oxygen will be there, then only the oxidation will takes place. And second one is the moisture. I am going to send you one video related to this beta, helping video I am sending you. In that the experiment is shown with the help of 3 test tubes. When you see it, then you will find that how both the conditions are necessary for the rusting to take place. So that will be more clear from you there. And how the rusting of iron takes place, I am explaining you with the help of equations. First is what the iron combines with oxygen and the oxidation takes place, and there is a formation of ferric oxide. There is a formation of ferric oxide, and this ferric oxide beta then combines with the water, and there is a formation of rust. There is a formation of rust, and the formula of rust is what? Fe2O3 dot X molecules of water. Here beta I have written X molecules of water. Why I have written? Because this water molecule vary from condition to condition. If more moisture is present or less, any conditions which are the conditions will be variable. As the conditions are variable, then the water molecules which get attached to ferric oxide, then this will vary. So I have written X here. This is the formula of rust. It is reddish brown in color. It is reddish brown in color, and the other name of rust is what? Hydrated ferric oxide. Hydrated means what? As water molecules are attached to it, so the name converts into hydrated. Hydrated ferric oxide. This is ferric oxide. This is, as water molecules are attached to it, so it is known as hydrated ferric oxide. Hence beta, we can say rusting requires what? Both water and oxygen. Also, the rusting is a slow continuous process. Why it is a slow continuous process? As you have seen some examples also, the iron bridges which are made, or the main gate at your home, it does not, the reddish brown color appears on it after some time. Or some iron nail, if you are having it, converts into reddish brown color. It does not takes place quickly. The color change does not takes place quickly. It takes place after some time. So it is a slow continuous process, as the rusting is taking place continuously and slowly. So it is known as a slow continuous process. One thing more I want to discuss with you beta, that you have seen that some applications of oxidation only, that color of apple changes after cutting. The color of apple changes after cutting. Why this changes? Because due to the oxidation. As the oxidation of apple takes place, then the color of apple changes. Second main thing I want to discuss, that Mars is known as red planet. Why Mars is known as red planet? Because there is a large amount of ferric oxide present on the Mars. Due to the large amount of ferric oxide, it is known as red planet, because ferric oxide is this, which I have already discussed with you. This ferric oxide is reddish brown in color. Due to this, the Mars is called red planet, or it is red in color. So I think all the points are clear to you. We are going to discuss about the second example, and it is what? The corrosion of silver. Corrosion of silver. Silver does not react with oxygen, as the iron reacts with oxygen, but silver does not react with oxygen. It reacts with hydrogen sulfide gas in air and forms black coat over the surface. Then it reacts with what? Hydrogen sulfide. It beta does not react with oxygen, but it reacts with hydrogen sulfide, and it is present in air and forms what? Black color coat over the surface. Black coat is formed over the surface. That is all about the corrosion of silver. Now last example is what? Of corrosion of copper. So corrosion of copper beta, copper forms a oxide layer of copper oxide. This case we have already discussed, that the oxidation takes place, copper combines with oxygen, and there is a formation of what? Copper oxide. Now copper forms a oxide layer of copper oxide on the surface. When comes in contact with oxygen. When it comes in contact with oxygen, that is copper corrodes by oxidation. So it also corrodes by the oxidation. Now copper oxide then combines with carbon dioxide to make a copper carbonate, which gives it green color. Which color is formed? Green color is formed in this case. That is all about the copper. We have discussed beta how the copper oxide combines with carbon dioxide and copper carbonate is formed. So this is all about the corrosion. Now we are going to discuss the next point, that is about the prevention of rusting. That is what? The prevention of rusting. How we can prevent the rusting? Very important point. It sometime asked in exams also, beta. So note this carefully. By applying the paint, if we apply the paint, then also we can prevent the rusting by applying oil and grease. In case of bicycles, the chain is there, we apply the oil or grease there. So by applying oil and grease. Third one is what? By making alloys with chromium and nickel. Alloy is what? When we mix 2 or more elements, then we form an alloy. Then there is a formation of alloy. How? When 2 or more than 2 elements get mixed in some proportion. So then what happens? The alloys are formed. By making alloys or by mixing 2 elements, there is a prevention from the rusting. So if we make the alloys with chromium and nickel, then what happens? It prevents the rusting. Fourth one is by electroplating with tin or chromium. Electroplating, you know that coating of iron by using electricity. We have done this electroplating. In your junior classes also we have discussed about it, the electroplating. By electroplating, that is coating of iron by using electricity with tin or chromium. Then fifth one is by galvanization. Galvanization, you know, it is a process when we coat iron with zinc. When the coating of iron is done with zinc, then it is known as galvanization. So this is all about the prevention of rusting, and now we are going to discuss about the rancidity. What is rancidity? When fats and oils or food containing fats and oils are exposed to air, they get oxidized, due to which their taste and smell changes. This is called rancidity. So what is rancidity, beta? When we are having some food items which are containing the fats and oils, then you see that after some time, if you don't put in an airtight container or leave it open, then after some time some bad smell is coming out of it and it doesn't taste good. So this is all about what? The rancidity. This happens because of the rancidity. Rancidity is what? When it get oxidized, when the food item gets oxidized and their taste and smell changes. So it is known as rancidity. Now how the rancidity can be prevented, we are going to discuss about it. So the preventions of rancidity by addition of antioxidants to the food items containing oil and fat. So by adding the antioxidants, we have seen that some food items which are in the packed form, some chips, lays, anything which you are having, then these food items which we are buying from the market, they contain some antioxidants. They are also labeled on the back side of the packet that this antioxidant it is having. So that is how it is prevented from getting the rancidity. So by addition of antioxidants to food containing oil and fats. Second point is beta, by keeping the food in refrigerator. By keeping the food in refrigerator, you have seen that sometimes when the food items are left over out of the kitchen, mostly in the summer, then what happens? It doesn't taste good or it get rancid. So how we can prevent it? By keeping in the refrigerator. Third one is by storing food in airtight container. That I have also discussed with you. So by keeping the food in airtight containers, the contact of oxygen has been cut off. So by storing the food in airtight container, the food it can be prevented from the rancidity. So the fourth point is what? By packing food containing oils and fats in nitrogen gas. Example, potato chips. Beta, you have seen that by if we are having any packets from we buy some Lays or any other chips, some air is filled in that packet, and that air is nothing but a nitrogen gas. Why they put the nitrogen gas? So that the chips doesn't get rancid. In order for the prevention of the rancidity, the nitrogen gas is filled in that packet. So this is all about the rancidity, and your chapter has been completed. Now I am sending you this PDF also, and along with that I am also sending you some questions which you have to write in your notebook. So you have to do all the work, beta. Maintain your notebooks well, and I hope that you all have completed your first chapter up to here, and along with that our exercise is left. In the next lecture I will send you the PDF notes of the exercise also. So this is the end of the chapter 1, and only your book exercise is left. So thank you for today.